in Santa Monica. This is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big holidays, LA, direct and live from Santa Monica, California, with incredible update about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over the breaking news as that RECON is now in the Senate, and the senators vow to add more checks to that incredible RECON. And one viewer made the call to Chris Coons minutes ago, and Senator Coons said yes, an MSC is going in there. This follows Chuck Schumer, who said the same thing last week as well. The programs so far pay you upwards of $50,000 to $60,000, and that is on top of third stimulus that is already paying viewers about $50,000 of checks. Viewers have gotten thousands of dollars this week of their bills paid. I'm going to show you in this recording how you get your checks paid as well. Then we turn to student loan debt forgiveness, the latest about that, and then fifth stimulus. But you know what the title of the show is about? It's Holidays, LA. And in this recording, you get to see more about the purchase of the LA Christmas tree. We go back to that holiday park, Christmas park from Saturday and Sunday, and I show you how to pick the tree, how to cut the tree, how to prepare the tree for transport back to the home. The holiday magic is in the second half. The first part of the video, the magic is about the money in your wallet. We got a big recording, we have a big day, and then I'll jump into the live interaction with you in the second half, and it starts right now as Holidays LA starts live from Santa Monica, California. And happy holidays, and thank you for joining me on a live edition of Holidays LA, live from Santa Monica, with that RECON passing the House of Representatives, now in the Senate. And the senators are vowing to schedule a vote tomorrow. What is this about, and why is it great for the RECON? Those checks will be going big and bold, more checks coming in from the senators. And Lynn Glenn getting off the phone with Chris Coons' office minutes ago, his office saying, yes, MSC. The latest details on that coming up. You're hearing this for the first time on Holidays LA. Programs that'll pay you a lot of checks, upwards of $50,000. Third stimulus, still paying out checks to viewers. Viewers getting thousands of dollars of their bills paid this week, today. I'm going to show you how. Student loan debt forgiveness, and then fifth stimulus. And then in the second half of this video, the excitement of going back to the Christmas tree park and getting that tree ready. This is Holidays LA. And if you're new to this channel, the first half of this video is about your RECON, and the second half is about your Christmas decor. And with that, I'm excited you're here. And with that, I want you to subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Hit a subscribe button right now under this video. Like the video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. And then consider becoming a member to get all the incredible money that is covered in third stimulus in that newsletter that comes out tonight. Consider also sign up for those LA alerts, which is totally free under this video, so you do not miss a video when it goes live. Here we go. The incredible RECON is now in the Senate, and the senators are now adding provisions in there. The senators are in session, and they spoke about the RECON this week. And that RECON so far has at least $15,000 of checks in there, but may have as many as $60,000 of checks. Get that pen and paper ready. We're going to go over each of them right now. Hazard pay got in there, that essential workers money. One more year of that. $4,000 of elder care. $4,000 to care for young children. $550 check for the Pell Grant. They got in there. The repairs for the low-income homes. Yes, if you're in a low-income community, free money. Then they got in there the CTC, the child tax credit, and $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric car. Wow, that is huge. The first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters here in Southern California. It is free money to go buy your first house. Wow, that is incredible. She wanted $25,000. It will be a little bit less, but boy, this is money to buy your first home. You want to learn about how to get all these incredible checks? Join me on Afternoons LA right after this video at 1 o'clock. Cluster number 2 got in their home repairs and paid leave. Also got in there the household tax credit, and finally, the incredible money for the pre-kindergarten 1 year. That home repairs this time is for weatherizing your house. It's a holiday season. You got to get in the holiday spirit, and you don't want someone coming knocking on the door saying, "Do you want to donate to Mitch's Lobster Fest?" No, I weatherized my house so that you would not be allowed in to ask that question. Let's go to the second add-on, and it comes from the wonderful Bob Casey out of Pennsylvania. The senator got that incredible vision, which is the home health care. The add-on he wanted was $250 billion. He got a little bit less. Wow, it's huge. But this is for free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. The third cluster of checks is the one we call deliciousness. And how delicious is it? Well, let's listen to all these incredible checks in this third cluster. They got in there free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, immigration reform, cheaper prescription medication, farmers, the free internet, also the money for the independent contractors, and then the money for the seniors with the 2 expansions of Medicare. That represents what we're looking at right now because the House members got 2 and the senators vowed to add 3 more. The House members put in there the expansion of Medicare for hearing and the Medicaid gap fix states. The senators vowed to add 3 more items on top of that, and what are there? Dental, vision, and lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which is exactly what we're dealing with right now. Those senators say it's a great bill, best bill since the 1960s, but major gaps are in that RECON, and those gaps are going to be addressed with, among other items that they vow to add in there, like a multiple stimulus check, IRS, MSC. We had the incredible message that came from Janet on this show, Holidays LA, on the Thanksgiving Thursday. She had picked up the phone the day before, Wednesday, and had called Chuck Schumer's office. He's a majority leader in the Senate, advocating for the inclusion of that MSC. And what was she told? She was told by Leader Schumer's office that he is adding at least 1 or more stimulus checks in the RECON on the Senate side and is having Bernie Sanders take care of it. Well, you know how Holidays LA rocks and rolls. There's always breaking news on this show, and you're hearing it live for the very first time right now. Lynn Glenn, longtime viewer of this channel, just got off the phone with Chris Coons' office. He is a senator who WR started the process with this advocacy back in May. And Senator Chris Coons' office said yes, he's putting in an MSC as well. That is the second senator in less than 7 days. What Janet said in that live chat last Friday is you need to advocate. So pick up that phone today and advocate. Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer advocate for that MSC because they want to hear from you. They absolutely want to hear from you. When we last looked at that MSC, what were they looking at? They were looking at the eligibility being the same as a third stimulus check. So they wanted single individuals to get it, $75,000 or less. Married couple, $150,000 or less, double it. Family of 4, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, get it as well. The last numbers they were looking at was $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for up to 6 months. And that is why you need to advocate. Again, pick up that phone and call them and advocate for that inclusion. The best way to advocate is having a conversation with a staffer in DC's office. The second best is a voicemail. The least is an email. And here we go. Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. Thousands of viewers have been told by the 6 senators since the month of May at least one stimulus check is going in there, and you need to advocate. Meantime, breaking news of a vote. What is that vote? Well, new indication today says that Republicans and Democrats agree on one thing, and that is they don't want to deal with the debt ceiling limit this month. So they want to move it into January. That's huge. So you may see a vote as early as tomorrow in the House of Representatives, off to the Senate, to move the debt ceiling limit into January. That is good for the recon because it frees up time for that recon. The recon, meantime, is getting 3 additional checks on top of everything we've talked about from the senators, and those checks that Bernie vows to add in there, those Senate add-ons, in addition to that MSE, of course, is the dental, vision, and the lowering the eligibility age of Medicare. What are we looking at across the board? Well, those Senate add-ons would be first dropping the eligibility age of Medicare from 65 to 55, or at least to 60. Then Bernie wants in there dental. Dental, we were previously looking at doing it as 10 years of full benefits. I don't think that's going to happen. It's too expensive. He wanted to do 3 years of full benefits. I think that works. Then the last time dental was in there, it was supposed to be $850 checks. I don't think it cuts it. Doesn't pay for most procedures. Bernie then wants to do vision, which would be an eye exam and a pair of frames per year for my seniors and people who are on Medicare. Very simple. And there you go. Meantime, big money is available to pay your bills. And that big money available to pay your bills is third stimulus. You're going to meet one viewer who got $850,000 for 32 people who are viewers of this channel from third stimulus. You're going to meet the viewers who got money today. Yes, just today. And yesterday for third stimulus, they got their bills paid. How much money? It's a lot. The average viewer in the last 7 days has gotten about $5,000 to $6,000. But viewers before that got on average $45,000. How you get it? It's coming up on afternoon's LALATE, those details. Meantime, student loan debt forgiveness, there's an offer of $10,000 to be forgiven. The Democrats should take it. It would be done by executive order, not done by RECON. The president previously forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled or went to work in the nonprofit sector or public sector after graduation. Fifth stimulus is coming in January. And fifth stimulus raises your benefits up. Raises your benefits up after the COLA raise. COLA raise was announced by Social Security. It's 5.9%, and it raises your benefits up across the board starting January 1. Some people, including veterans, are starting to see some of the benefits kick in this month. But fifth stimulus seeks to do a little bit more. Why? Because COLA doesn't work. It doesn't raise you up enough. You've been behind. So they want to raise you up, apply a new benchmark starting December 2022, and carry a new benchmark every year thereafter. Remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. More about that on Afternoons LA. But coming up in the second half of this video, we go to the holiday Christmas tree park again. You're going to see how to buy the LA Christmas tree. You're going to see how to prepare the tree, how to make that cut, and how to transport it. New footage you haven't seen until today. It's the LA Christmas tree, and it's holidays LA. Coming up after the commercial break, but I'll be back with you in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. home. LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now, direct and live from Santa Monica, California, as we go into the second half with Holidays LALATE. In the second half, we're going to go over your holiday Christmas tree, how to buy it at the Christmas tree park, how to transport it home, and how to make sure you get the right type of the right preparation before bringing it inside. It's footage filmed on location over the weekend, but first, make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, YouTube RECON. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video. It helps in the algorithm ranking. And also, consider becoming a member to get that incredible newsletter that comes out tonight. Features all the big money for third stimulus. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for the LA Alerts, it's totally free across the board. It's in the description of this video. news.la.com/alerts. Well, it was last year in which we took a look at how to buy a Christmas tree. And what is the difference between buying a Christmas tree in 2020 versus buying a Christmas tree in 2021? Who would have known so many changes across the board? First, let's take a look back at what it looked like buying a tree in the middle of the pandemic in December 2020. Take a look at what the trees look like. Take a look at what the tree park will look like. You're going to be surprised by the contrast versus now. And for now, here is the work in progress. So here we are at the tree park, and we're looking at some incredible trees here today. This is the incredible Douglas firs that are 7 to 8 feet in height, and so these 7 and 8 feet height in trees are just gorgeous. Incredible Douglas firs, which I always prefer because it's a more lush tree. They got them about 6 to 8 feet in height, and here you go. These are 7 to 8s, incredibly lush. Notice I'm saying the trees are 7 and 8, and yet they look shorter than me. Yeah, they were not particularly tall trees in 2020. I have no idea why, but that is a 7 to 8 foot bin, and I am clearly not 8 feet tall. The trees are, in many cases, shorter than me. I have no idea why 2020 was the year of the short tree. And you see the dynamic of them. They have an incredible, strong odor to them, and they're very, very soft and full firs, which are totally different. You can see the noble firs have a sort of blue hue to them. But what's incredible about these trees is that you can bring this aroma and scent in the home, and the scent will stay there throughout the holiday season. Just really quite gorgeous. And there you go. That was 2020. Big, bold, wide, lush trees, not particularly tall. Yesterday on this channel, you saw the footage in which I showed you what the bins look. So when you're looking at these trees, you have to sort of figure out the height that you want, and you have to figure out the width. I mean, here's one of the trees that I was considering. You know, one of the issues I had, I don't know if you can tell, is that the tree has a lighter green hue to it. The tree on the right of me is a darker green. Instantly, you see the difference between year to day. This year, the tree's not so green, dark, light, much a grayer hue. Number two, simply much taller, much more taller trees, but not particularly as wide as last year. Ultimately went for a darker green hue. I've traditionally seen that if a tree is lighter green, that it may have, it may be older. It may not be as fresh. Hard to say. Some people say it's just the way the tree grew. I go by scent. I literally go by scent. Now here is one tree. And so now let's take another look at the tree park. Brand new footage you're seeing for the first time on Holidays LA as I give you a broader look at what were the trees in the marketplace this weekend. So we're at the Christmas tree park here, and we're standing in front of the 8 to 9 Douglas firs. They're stacked a little bit differently this year, so you see that they're sort of all packed in a very tight confines. So there's not a lot of room to move around. So what I had to do is I had to literally pull one at a time out and look at them individually. What you see here at this park is that there's a lot of trees just sort of clustered, and trees are a little bit different this year. They're a lot more vertical. They sort of stand up with not a lot of breadth to them. So what you have to do is just have to take them out, cut up the twine, take a look. I came with my items. I came with my tape measure. I came with my scissor. First, with the scissor, I opened up the tree to see, hey, is this a tree that I want? Is it broad enough? Is it wide enough? Is it high enough? First, you want to look for that height. Then you want to feel that depth of the tree. You want to see if it has enough weight to it. And then you get the tape measure. You get the tape measure out. You measure that tape. Remember, you want to pre-measure before you come out. My measuring point was 8 feet. I wanted about 8 feet. There's nothing really, anything 9. Not that I wanted 9. And strangely enough, the price point is, because of the pandemic, because of inflation, prices are a lot more expensive. Trees here that would normally be a certain price point are really double than they were a few years ago. They are about, I would say, 50% higher than last year. That's substantial, and this is a cheaper gardening center. Interesting price point is that these trees, 8 to 9, are the same price point as 7 to 8. So very, very fascinating. And there you go. Really strange dichotomy compared to the year before. I mean, it's just so dramatically different. But what is the takeaway right off the bat? Is that one, the quality is different. 2, the price point is different. 3, the purchasing is a little bit more difficult. So first, price point. You see the big price escalation. That's number 1. And we expected that to kick in, but it's been going on far before inflation. Number 2, the quality, totally different. Taller than last year, substantially taller. I mean, just humongously taller, but not as broad, which is what I covered in yesterday's video. I'm going to touch on it right now again. You need to make sure the tree is aesthetically beautiful. Meaning you have to get that scissor, got to cut it open. It was because I was, recording and also talking. I couldn't cut and also record, so it would have been too difficult for dramatics. But cutting open those trees was so important. I looked at them, and some looked mangled, some looked perfect, because you have to visualize what is this tree going to look like in front of that window in the house. So you're looking, is it going to be a perfect rectangle, perfect triangle? Or is it going to look a lot more like a square box? Is it going to give those perfect branch cuts down across the board? I'm going to jump in the live chat in just a second. And one of the questions I want to ask you today is, what do you think is the best height to achieve beauty of a Christmas tree? Some people have different opinions. I've seen some trees that are in houses that have basically like a mezzanine type house. So they have almost 12, 14 feet ceilings, and they have these 11, 12 foot tall trees. It was very popular in the 90s to have these sort of enormous trees that 10 people take in. And you look up and you're like, oh my goodness. But in recent years, I've seen a lot of people just really opt for smaller trees, and yet they get trees that aren't really full. So jump in the live chat. What do you think is the type of height of tree where you think beauty can be achieved? I think that the tree should be at least a little bit higher than you or comparable height. I think if you're looking down at the tree, then you need to get it on a table. If you want to go with a smaller tree that's 2 or 3 or 4 feet, then it really should be on a table. It should be up. We saw the rollout of the First Lady's Christmas trees yesterday. I'll be asking your questions about that in a second. What's important to understand is that that tree really needs to get saturated in the water. And guess what? My tree is still saturated in water. Got it on Sunday. It is still sitting in a massive bucket of water. It's been a little bit sort of dry here in Southern California, but needless to say, I'm not ready to decorate it. But also, I wanted it to really soak up that water, and that means a bucket. That means a bucket. Keeping it outside if you can, and really getting that bucket to the top of water so you don't have to check on it. Washing it down with a hose, that tree, literally washing it down with a hose to make sure it really eats up that water. So what is the best height of a tree to achieve some beauty? Let's jump in the live chat right now. Anne says, 7.5, I like it big, lush trees. Absolutely. Love the comment. Thank you, Anne. Bob Bacon says, we have a traditional get it to 6 or 6.5 feet. Yes, Bob Bacon. I love that. 6 is a great one. What have I missed? Christmas. You missed Christmas. It happened like 10 minutes ago. Let's see some more of the questions. I couldn't have a real tree if I wanted to. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about, yesterday's Holidays LATE show went on replay on Encore presentation. A lot of people were talking about their cat and their dogs not letting them have a tree. I don't know. I've never had that problem, even though I've had cats and dogs, so I've never seen that problem. Bob Bacon says, always get 6 feet, old-fashioned theme, tinsels and bubble lights. I love it. I love it. We have some people talking about price point of what these trees are. I can't fit a tree in a fifth wheel, says Jocelyn. Happy holidays, says Kawana. Happy holidays to you as well. All those Christmas trees look beautiful, says Robert Fiengo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And here's Maria Hernandez. ¿Cómo puedes ayudar para conseguir ayuda para home repairs? Maria, ahora la bill no es no la ley, pero mira la canal por un mes o 2 meses más. Thank you for the foreign language. Belinda, my tree is 9 feet, and the other ones range from 2.5 to 7 feet. 2.5 is a great height. I mean, if you have it on a table, I love that. I love that. We need a cat-proof tree, says Terry Rose. So Terry, tell me what happens with the cat and the tree. Does the cat go after the lights or does it go after the tree? I'm not used to this. Shirley Parker, but I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. Shirley Parker likes an 8-foot tall tree. That is nice. That is really, really nice. I wonder about the trees, the climate range, the donuts and the fires in the Pacific Northwest having an effect on the quality. Says Brett Shepard. There have been a shortage of trees for many, many years because this started almost maybe 5 years ago. I saw the reports. Shortage of trees. They weren't planting enough. And I think there were some of the fires. They lost a lot of the trees. So it takes a little while. Great questions. And I like silver trees. Oh, how wonderful. Kathleen says silver trees. Terry Rose, I have a Hanukkah bush. Oh, how wonderful. A foot below the ceiling, says Diane. Oh, that's a good topic of discussion. We had sort of touched on that maybe 2 days ago. How to size the tree based upon the room. So if the tree is on the floor, absolutely. I love the comment by Diane N, which is size the tree about a foot below the ceiling. And that's especially true if you have a angel that's, 6 inches. Because you got to have clearance. You got to get the angel on the stem, and you need to have that clearance. And you don't want the angel's head hitting the ceiling. It looks a little strange. So you don't want the angel right up in the rafters of the ceiling. Absolutely. Marcia says, hello, happy Halloween, happy Thanksgiving. Diane, I have a table LED multicolor hanging tree. Love it. Wonderful. So there you go. Next question is, did you see the social media discussion yesterday of First Lady Biden's first Christmas decoration of the White House versus First Lady Melania Trump's decoration when she was there? Big discussion on social media among the different approaches about how to do trees. Without making a political discussion, I want to talk about just the aesthetic. First Lady Melania Trump, let me describe to you what the trees look like. She basically had one hall in which there was a cluster of many different types of trees that had been sprayed all red. And that was there was no decorations on them, just red trees in a white room. Very sort of like you're going to a fashion show in Paris. Very, very, I like it. I think it's very, very different. I think it's very modern. It's very untraditional. It's very modern, and it's a gorgeous aesthetic. I loved it. A lot of people on social media saying, "Oh, how dare her!" I mean, I think it was gorgeous. Now, needless to say, fake media was in full swarm because they said that was the only type of tree she did. That was not true. She also did the traditional tree, which was the snowy type of environment. And those were also quite beautiful. Those were in a totally different room, and they had the snowy environment. Firstly, Jill Biden unveiled her Christmas trees yesterday. And understand, there's more than one room of trees in the White House. So anyone that's showing you one picture, it's never true. There's always lots of different trees and lots of different themes. One of the rooms that Jill Biden did, Dr. Jill Biden, she had the snow rug look under the trees big time. There was a lot of snow rugs under these trees. So you walk in, it was like snow rugs hugging all the bottoms of the trees. I'm not a big snow rug person. I'm not a big snow rug. I put a little bit of snow rug around the manger. I have a more glitzy rug around the tree, and it's not a snow rug. But the question is for then you. Do you use the snow rug? And I mean the big one, the thick one. Do you use the big white snow rug? A lot of commentary about this on social media yesterday, that was a Southern Christmas tree look. Like people in the southern states do snow rugs. Maybe I just don't know about this. So what do you think about the snow rug? You know what it is. It is that big, puffy, snowy look on the bottom. And there's Julie. She says, I like a contemporary pink tree, 7.5. It has blue and silver on it. I love that. So Julie is going for the contemporary look. I love it. I just like a little bit of everything. Different looks for different types of houses. Does anyone use that big snow rug underneath the bottom? Lisa says, "Happy holidays, everyone." It was a lot of it. I send snow. I'll send you some snow in LA. No, it was not real snow. It was the snow rug. It was the snow rug. It was the actual rug under the snow. There is a comment coming from someone. I haven't seen it yet. Cindy said, I'll send you some snow. We do not need snow, but I appreciate it. Angelette Pitts says, I have a small snow rug. There you go. Give you the visual. Dr. Jill Biden, her snow rugs were basically covering the trunk of the tree until you got to the greenery. So there was a lot of snow rugs, and she had a whole room of trees with the snow rugs. So I think we're having the snow rug debate du jour. Robert says, I have a nice 4-foot tall Christmas tree of all the different colored lights, multicolored ornaments. I like wonderful lights and ornaments for my Christmas tree. Love it. Thank you, Robert Fieno. Here's Lorraine. We grew up, we had a snow rug around the bottom. So interesting thought for Lorraine. Is the snow rug sort of a dated look? Is it sort of a thing that you see in some parts of the United States? Or is it sort of a very 1970s, 1980s look? Cindy says, we have some snow rug. We have some snow here. I think the snow rug is a more traditional Curry and Ives looks. I think it's a more traditional look. I don't think it is geographical. That's my thinking on the situation. We don't want snow here in Southern California. So if there was ever going to be a modern tree without snow, it would be Southern California. A lot of people are loving the way Robert's tree sound. I love it too. I use a tree skirt, says Diane. Yeah, so I think the snow rug is not something you have seen in magnitude. It's a 1960s look. We're bringing it even further back. Says Patty. Says 1960s look. It is a very early part of the century look. The snow rugs. And how about a tree skirt? Tree skirt more modern. Tree skirt flat. tree skirt flat, maybe, you know, a pattern, maybe some shine to it. But the rug, the snow rug that is thick, that looks like it's a scarf. It looks like Javita came in and wrapped scarves on the bottom of the trees. Very, very robust. We have a little fun with it. Lots of tons of snow. Couldn't put Too bad couldn't put on snow homemade ornaments. Absolutely. Who has string popcorn or cranberries on their trees? Says Shannon. I remember that. You know, it's cranberries brings a lot of beautiful stuff. Kathleen says a white sheet growing up. Well, a sheet is sort of the embellishment of that. I used a white sheet for many years until I went to a Christmas. To I went to a skirt. Let's get the words: snow rug, sheet, and skirt. We have the whole language of Christmas underneath. Silver tree with color wheel. Wow, beautiful. First time in years we haven't had snow, says Jocelyn. Wow. I have a silver and gold and red on my tree, and silver and gold with the Christmas balls. I think I see a topic for an upcoming show. What color scheme to decorate the tree with? String some bacon bits. Yeah, string some bacon bits. I put pine cones on the tree. You do? But they're heavy. How do they stay on the tree? Because our pine cones here are literally like half a pound. You got to scarf it, LA. Yeah, Javita will have her own tree. Lots of scarves. Yes, it was popular in the 60s and 70s, says Lorraine. I have a tree skirt now in tartan plaid. I also have a wooden cranberries strand. Wow, wonderful. Yeah, so definitely 60s and 70s, the tree skirts, excuse me, the tree snow rugs. And it was nice to see the First Lady Jill Biden bring it to camera. And needless to say, we collectively agreed upon one thing today in today's live chat. There's a lot of different ways to do it, whether it's a tree rug or a tree skirt or a tree sheet. We've seen it change over the decades. And I think skirts are the par for the course right at the moment. But it was interesting seeing those tree snow rugs in the White House with Joe Biden yesterday. Something we haven't seen for a while. I still like what Melania Trump did. I like all of it. I like it all. There was lots of different looks across the board. You try to be inventive. You try to bring something traditional, and then also try something that may be a hit or a miss. I remember in previous generations, even before Trump, there's always been a room that people just say, that is horrible. There's always been a room they say, wow, that's great. You can't help. There's always going to be a critic when it comes to Christmas decorations. Meantime, on tomorrow's episode, we're going to take a look at how to make that cut of the tree correctly and to get it prepared to bring it in the house. We'll be looking at that footage tomorrow. Here is a preview of some of that footage we're going to be looking at tomorrow. So join me tomorrow for that footage. Meantime, if you haven't, I want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. I want you part of this incredible family. Coming up next is the Afternoons LA Show. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video, 3,000 likes. And consider becoming a member so you get that incredible newsletters to learn about all that big money on the third stimulus being covered on Afternoons LA coming up at 1 o'clock. This video will automatically take you there. Sign up for those LA alerts, which is news.la.com/alerts. And if you joined the video late, if you joined into this video late today, let me tell you the breaking news, which was new on just this show. We had a lot more breaking news this morning on Mornings LA, of course. The breaking news just minutes ago is that Lynn Glenn, who you know is in all the live chats, she just got off the phone with Chris Coons, and Chris Coons said, or not him, but his staff said to Lynn Glenn that he is putting in an MSC. So this is the second of the 6 senators that have told thousands of viewers over the last few months they're putting in at least one or more checks. So remember to advocate. Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer, and now 2 of those 6 in the last 7 days have told viewers this channel it's going in there. And with that, I'm excited that you have joined me, and With that, join me next on the 1 o'clock afternoon show. The 3 o'clock afternoon show, brand new, and the evening's LA show, brand new as well. I'll have the latest details on that vote for the House that is happening, and that is going to make the recon easier to get done across the board. Join me daily on at 11 a.m. for Holidays LA. Thank you for your great comments and questions. Hope your holiday spirits are intact and getting ready for that tree, and maybe those bacon bits on the tree as well. And with that, join me next on Afternoons LA. Thank you for joining me on Holidays.